would you feel if your best friend asked you, "Are you dating anyone?" What if your parents or grandparents asked you the same question? Now, how would you feel if a complete stranger asked you, "Are you dating anyone?" There's no right or wrong answer to any of these. Maybe you answered A for all of them, or maybe you answered B for all of them. It's also possible that your answers varied from question to question. For example, let's say you and your best friend talk about dating all the time, so you answered A. And let's say that you avoid talking about this topic with your family, so you answered B. And when you think about a complete stranger asking you about your dating status, maybe your initial response is C, because it depends on your mood and the situation. Or it could be B, because discussing this personal matter with someone you don't know would feel really uncomfortable. The point is that our conversational boundaries vary depending on our relationships or lack of relationships with the person we're talking to. As drivers, it's important to understand that how comfortable a passenger is discussing a given topic will just depend. Why does this matter? Because we want to help you understand how to have conversations that are comfortable for everyone during a ride. Let's look at another scenario. You pick up a passenger late at night and ask them, "Am I taking you home?" You see the location, and before they answer, add, "Ooh, that's a nice neighborhood. Do you have roommates?" Let's pause there. How might your passenger feel when they hear your questions? The reality is that you just won't know how that passenger would feel. Actually, we hear from passengers frequently that they aren't sure how to respond when a driver asks these kinds of questions. They might respond by telling you all about their wild night and that they have so much to tell their roommates when they get home. Or they might give you a short laugh and not answer your questions, which seems to show that they feel either uncomfortable or unsure. You won't know for sure what they're thinking. What are some of the possibilities? "I'm tired and don't feel like talking." That's too personal. Maybe my driver is just being friendly, but I live alone and I feel vulnerable telling any stranger that information. Now, from your point of view, you're just making small talk, and maybe you're also curious about that neighborhood because you're moving. But remember, having good intentions behind what we say doesn't mean that other people will always feel comfortable in response. So what can you do to have conversations with passengers that feel comfortable for both of you? First, consider the topic. Highly personal, private, or charged topics, such as religion, politics, or sex, are best avoided during the ride. Second, pay attention to the passenger's cues. It can be difficult to gauge a passenger's interest or comfort level in a topic if you can't see their facial expressions. But you can still look out for signs that they might feel uncomfortable, specifically if the passenger provides several one-word responses, puts in headphones, grunts or mumbles instead of responding verbally, doesn't respond at all, avoids eye contact or looks down at a mobile phone or other device, laughs uncomfortably. Third, shift or end the conversation as needed. If you think there's a chance you're uncomfortable, take steps to change the topic or end the conversation altogether. If you're unsure, you can always ask the passenger. Everyone has different comfort levels with speaking up, so you could use one of the following tactics that give the passenger an opportunity to end or shift a conversation in subtle but effective ways. Would you like me to turn on the music? This not only creates a distraction, but it also creates background noise that can make the silence easier. Shift the conversation back to a more neutral topic like sports, the weather, or maybe even your favorite local breakfast spot, and see if they're interested in conversing about a different topic. Also, just like Hollywood tells us, silence is golden. You are not required to talk to your passengers, and riding in silence is sometimes the best option. Remember, safe, respectful, and helpful conversations go both ways. So if you feel uncomfortable, politely end the conversation, or try using subtle cues like turning on the radio or providing short answers.